Hey there, and welcome into this video. We are going to talk about shifting mindset today. We are going to talk about how does your mindset consistently block love from coming into your life? And what can you do about that? Okay, so we talk a lot about that in the videos. We talk a lot about allowing and all of these things, this sort of awakening, this ascension process. But we don't talk a lot about how to do that. So I'm going to do a series of videos. In fact, there's going to be a whole second channel about this, about how to do some of these things. So right now, I felt the need to make this video. It's on Soulful Revolution. You'll see some of these other videos on a different channel. That's for another day. We'll talk about that again at some point. But I want to talk about how to shift out of this. Because in that reading I just did, we were talking about taking a risk. And why is it a risk? It's a risk because you believe these things about yourself because they have protected you at one point. These are things that you believe to be true about yourself. And we're going to talk about a couple of these things that you might recognize about yourself. And how can you really, move away from this? Because these are the things that keep you in these frustrating cycles, keep you opening to opportunities that are really just about learning and could be about painful learning, instead of saying, okay, yes, thank you, I've learned that lesson. Now you kind of have to move on from that behavior, right? Well, it starts in your beliefs, okay? Your thoughts, your experiences create your beliefs. And and a lot of this stuff happened as a child when you didn't really have any defenses about what you're telling yourself, what your self-talk is. So I'm going to share some of these. These blocks can sound like this. Number one, I can't. I can't is very disempowering. It is something that, basically you're making a judgment on what you're capable of doing. And that came from somewhere, right? The boundaries around that were very strong at some point, like, oh, I can't do that. Okay? And this is something that, whatever it is, if we're talking about love, oh, I can't go there. Or oh, this is one of those self-protective things that you think is protecting you, but really it's cutting off experience. It's cutting you off from people and love that could be good for you. But you're not allowing yourself going there. So you're just resisting. That's just 100%, I can't. Not doing it. And you might have a very good rationalization for that in your mind. In your own belief system, you believe somewhere deep down that you can't. That this is not something that you can actually do. And so by being in that I can't mode, you're just cutting short anything. You're not even allowing yourself to experience that other person. Okay. Another one is it's out of my hands. Okay. This is a victim mentality. This is like, oh, everybody else is creating love in their lives and everything like that. And I it's out of my hands, or I'm in love with somebody. It's really in their hands. We talk a lot about this on the channel, about releasing the idea of a particular person, right? And not getting invested in a relationship before you see if that person is really capable. There's a lot of people on the channel, and hey, hand to God here, that allow people to come in before you've really done the assessment of whether they can do it. And you're like, it's out of my hands, right? I just fall in love with who I fall in love with, and love is a choice. And how love is a choice is that you're making decisions that open yourself to a victim mentality about it's other people's choice to come toward me. Okay? When you're in a relationship, or when you're in the beginnings of a relationship, this really is like a job interview. Okay? Don't give them the company car and the company credit card and the big office and stuff before you really figure out if they're qualified. Okay? There's a lot of people out there who are unavailable in a lot of different ways. And if they have been unavailable, chances are that you are too. You're not available really for that full, open, loving experience. There's something there. So it's out of my hands. It's really like, oh, look I just keep, I have a friend who says my picker's broken. It's relinquishing any responsibility for fixing that, for fixing the choosing of people, because the choosing for that person is very unconscious, and to her detriment, because it's not out of her hands. It's not my picker's broken. It's not true. But it is about going back and learning, why am I choosing these people? What is the common denominator? Yes, it's you, but what in my belief system is the common denominator? That's where to go to. What do I believe about myself that puts me in these positions time after time after time? Okay? The big one of the biggest ones I feel is I am not worthy and I don't deserve this. So you can see that in your behavior if you get close in a relationship and then it blows up, or you do something that is stupid, or you accidentally send them a text meant for somebody else, or you do whatever it is. Okay? Blowing something up in the beginning stages is kind of a big red flag that there's something here self-sabotaging. You don't even get to the job interview with this person. You're not even, you're in the job interview. You're not even getting to the point of like, let's negotiate. What do we want? Not even letting yourself get there. Okay? And that is an I am not worthy thing. It's right away when someone comes on your path, you're like, wow, they're amazing. Look at this person. They're successful. They're solid, they're conscious, they're awake, they're whatever your constellation of perfect, of desirable traits in another person in which you find attractive. You're automatically, choosing someone who you think is way up here, and you're not even in alignment with that. So that is not going to pan out, because you're automatically saying, oh, they're too good, even if they're not, even if that's not really true. Everyone comes, oh, they're too good for me, or I am not worthy of that person. Okay. Instead, it's I am worthy of achieving my highest goals. I am worthy of love. This is all the self-talk stuff. And so you can say those things. You can say self-talk. You can move from I can't to maybe I can to I will. You can move from it's out of my hands to it's everything is in my hands. You can move to all those statements. But if that underlying belief is not there, it doesn't stick. And it's not manifesting out of a power place or out of a truly legit, grounded in my own power. I know my own power. It's not a self-love place from which to manifest love. And so you're going to continue to get these blocks. You're going to continue to have these experiences until you can shift, till you can move into that place. And how you do that is through shifting your beliefs. Okay. And so here's the number one on the path of how to shift that is just the awareness that you have these belief systems and how you do that. Because a lot of this stuff is unconscious. A lot of this stuff is, I had a friend once who really wanted a promotion, and yet at every turn she would do stuff that would put her in a position to be viewed as not wanting that, right? As not being part of it. She would not bring new ideas to the table. She would not be part of the team or be a leader. You don't have to be a team player. You can be a leader, right? She would put herself in positions to get canned, or put herself in positions to be seen as like, I don't really think you want to move forward in this kind of work. She would constantly do that. And you know what that is? That's her subconscious saying, this is not really what I want to do. I want to do something else. And so people get themselves canned all the time. People get themselves, removed from the roles of having a promotion all the time. Okay. And the biggest part of this is becoming conscious, awakening to what are your belief systems? What do you have inside you that is a belief you hold about yourself? I am not worthy of that promotion. I can't do it. Right? Yes, you say, because our minds are so powerful, and our ability to do this self-talk and all this fake it till you make it stuff. It's the belief that's underneath that's really driving this. So becoming conscious, becoming awakened to these patterns, and you really need to look. This is where journaling is so important. This is where meditation is so important. This is where you really are taking a hard look at how you are in relationships. Not just like, oh, well, I had a successful relationship here and an unsuccessful relationship here, so that doesn't apply to me. No, take a look at how it unfolded. What were your actions or inactions? What did you say? What did you do? And I am 100% not pushing you toward perfection. There is no such thing as perfection. All there is awareness. Okay? And so you can go, oh, I see. When I'm talking to somebody new who's coming into my life, I'm constantly transmitting the idea to them that I don't want relationship. Right? I love living alone, even if that's not really true. Or I love this. I love, oh yeah, those past relationships, they all sucked. And those people were all, terrible people. Really? No, that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is listen to the talk, listen to how you're talking to other people, and listen to your own self-talk about what you believe happened in those relationships, what you believed. Look at your patterns. Are you always sabotaging a relationship? Does it just go away and you're like, I don't even know why? All right. Yeah, you're going to come across some flaky people who are going to do some stuff. But since you are the only person who can manage and deal and control your own ideas, thoughts, beliefs, it's on you to be the person who's open and awakened and accepting of oneself, believing one deserves love. Yes. Am I perfect? No. But here's what I believe. Here's who I am. I'm very clear about that. I'm consistent. Okay. So being in the awakening, being in the awareness of your own belief system is really the key here. And then you can shift your mindset. Okay. So the next step here, step number 2, is acceptance of that. Okay. Because when you look through your own, I call it like your emotional junk drawer. Okay. When you look through, and it's not junk, it's very valuable stuff. When you look through your own relationships in your past, when you look through things, are there people who did stupid stuff? Yes. Are there narcissistic partners? Yes. Are there people who are incapable, who are unavailable? Yes. Okay. That might be a clue. You keep attracting unavailable people, keep attracting narcissistic partners, keep attracting people who wilt under the gaze of relationship, keep attracting players, keep attracting, okay? These are all people who are unavailable for relationship. So the next step here is acceptance. Accepting that there's a pattern here. Accepting that that is what's going on. Accepting and knowing that and having an inner knowing about that. This is work. This is inner work, okay? This is what therapy has been designed to do. And I know plenty of people abuse it, especially narcissistic folks, by going to therapy just to talk about themselves. They're not really there to look at anything. They just want to talk about themselves. That's not what it's supposed to be for. What it's supposed to be for is to look at what's going on, look at patterns, sort of turn them around, right? See them in a 360 kind of way. How has that been protecting me all this time? But how is that now hurting me because I'm not able to move into a relationship? Yeah, was it protecting me when I was dealing with narcissistic partners, when I was dealing with unavailable people? Sure. But now it's no longer a mechanism. It's no longer a learned behavior pattern. It's no longer something that is positive for me. It's something that is hindering me, right? Everything in moderation. Pudding's great, but if you have it 3 meals a day for a week, for a month, I'm telling you, it's not going to be great. Your health will suffer. Your weight will suffer. Everything about it. So much sugar will suffer, right? Everything in moderation. Nothing's perfect. Don't hold yourself to that standard. Okay. So you accept and you take responsibility for your own shit, for your own belief systems, for your, I guess I believe men are always going to be players. Yeah, I believe that. Okay. If you believe that, then that's what you're going to see, because we see in our experience what we believe. Okay. So if you believe that, all women are batshit crazy. If you believe, right? If you believe that, that is what you're going to get more of and what you're going to see. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Acceptance, taking responsibility for your own beliefs. Number 3, seeing it in practice, catching yourself. So it's one thing to be like on a Sunday afternoon, be looking through your journals and really, assessing past stuff. It's another thing when you're out in the world, seeing it, catching oh yeah, I see how I'm operating on this belief. I'm operating on the belief that all bosses are jerks. I'm operating on the belief that people want to catch me at something. I'm operating on the belief that nobody sees my value. I'm operating on the belief, what is it? Being out in the world, just do me a favor for like 1 week. Be 100% conscious of everything going on. That's really tough. You just try for a day. Forget a week. Try for a day and be 100% conscious. People have spent their lives trying to do this, trying to learn how to meditate, trying to be conscious. Let's see how difficult it is. Our lives are run a lot on subconscious beliefs. We also spend a lot of time in the future and in the past. So mindfulness is a way to catch yourself operating on belief systems that no longer serve you. Just see for 1 day, journal for 1 day, be very present for 1 day. So once you see what you're doing, once you have these beliefs that you're like, yeah, my parents' marriage showed me that all men cheat. Okay, my parents' marriage or my belief system growing up is I can't be happy in a relationship. I'm a loner, and so my job is to be alone. Okay, whatever it is, whatever the belief system is that you deem to be blocking happiness. If you're totally cool with being a loner and that's what you want to do, okay, then that's not blocking your happiness. That's exactly where you want to be. But what is really blocking your happiness? That is a challenge to see. Okay? So once you see it, then what can you do? So you can take this mindfulness experiment that we just did to catch myself in the act of doing things and have that be part of how you are. Create that as yourself. So you can be absolutely mindful as you're putting into practice some new beliefs. Love is here. Everything is always working out for me is my favorite mantra. That is my favorite. Just do one, okay? You don't have to change the world in 7 days, okay? But if you can take one mantra, and I'm going to say to you, let me offer one to you as a starter, which is everything is always working out for me. Just try that for a day. Now take another day. You're being conscious. You're being mindful. You see things going on. Everything is always working out for me. How does that change how you see what's going on for you? For me, my experience is I see people leaving my life as a powerfully good thing. I see people coming in. I see change as a powerfully good thing because everything is always working out for me. If you're seeing a change, like in your business, you're doing a business and it's plateaued and you're like, oh, what's going on here? Everything is always working out for me. So what wants to come in is a change. What wants to come in is a higher level. What wants to come in is a new thing. When you're in that higher vibration, that's what wants to come in. So resisting it, that's why things go downhill. That's why things fail. Okay? It's not that you're like, oh, the change is I'm going to get clobbered. No, the change wants to come in. Welcome the change because everything is always working out for me. And so this is a way of releasing yourself from the prison of, it's other people, I can't, I'm not worthy. This is a way of releasing yourself from that prison. 1 minute, 1 day, 1 hour at a time. Staying very present, staying in the moment. Everything is always working out for me. Having a mantra like that, use that. Hey, it's yours. If that is something that resonates with you, you're like, yes, that's right. If it doesn't, what is it? right? I am welcoming the change. I welcome the change, whatever it is. Because, I mean, my belief is everything is always working out for me. I used to say it as like, I'm the luckiest son of a bitch on this planet. That's what I used to say. But luck, right? That's relying on other stuff. That's not taking responsibility for my own role in creating stuff in my life, creating positive energy, creating abundance in all ways, creating relationships that are loving, that are balanced, that are happy. Okay? So then energetically letting go of these beliefs, part of that is mindfulness. You catch yourself and supplanting the new belief. So you may have to do some meditation about saying goodbye to certain beliefs. You may have to do that. And I think that's kind of cool because you're like, you know what? You've helped me. You've served me all this time. You've been a protective parenting kind of belief because I am sort of like this little, child in the wilderness about love. And so these parental beliefs that I have in myself, every man is a player, right? Those kinds of things might have protected me at one point from people seeing the naivete or seeing the openness or something like that. It no longer serves me because I'm no longer naive. I'm no longer in that space. I am a grown-up open to love. So those beliefs don't really serve me anymore. They might have at one time, like I said, but it's like, thank you, having gratitude for those beliefs, blessing them and sending them on their way. You actually have to usher them out of your life so that new ones can come in. When you usher an old belief out of your life, what is the new one that wants to come in? Everything is always working out for me. Okay? So supplant it with something that is about your connection to your spirit, your own power to create and manifest, your own ability to be in the space of hero and wizard and king and queen and abundance coming in. Be in that space. And what's the new belief? You can't have the old beliefs and have this new energy. It just doesn't work. So what are the new beliefs? What are your new beliefs? And then reinforcing those new beliefs every chance you get. So when something happens that you might have gone to your old belief about, all guys are jerks, or all women are crazy, or women don't, whatever the belief systems are. I don't even want to reinforce them by saying them. You catch yourself, because you're not going to be perfect at this. Don't let perfect get in the way of the good. Whatever those belief systems are, when you hear them coming up, or when you feel that you're unconscious or living in your subconscious and you're not really seeing it, take a moment, get quiet. Everything is always working out for me. Reinforce those belief systems. If someone is mean to you or something nasty happens or whatever, okay, what am I in alignment with that's attracting this? What are my beliefs around it? What are my underlying beliefs? How can I supplant that with a new belief and then reinforce that new belief? That's how you move out of those old ways of being. And yes, if this sounds like effort, it is. Because consider this, the old beliefs have had years to get themselves to be a natural thing, to embed in your mindset, embed in your beliefs. It's been years. So if it has to take a little effort to move that out and move a new belief in, yes, you're correct. It will take effort. It will take effort. And I promise you, at the end of the day, by doing this within a month, you will see massive change. Massive change. Okay? So it's about overcoming limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging behaviors. This is a good practice for you to just try and move yourself through. Give it a month. Give it a month. You're going to fall down. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to go back to the old ways because it's comfortable. It's all okay. Everything is always working out for you. Everything is always working out. It's just a learning process. So thanks for watching this video. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, please hit like, please share, please subscribe, all of these things. And I would like to know what questions you would like to have me answer. Please put them in the comments so we can do more videos like this. Okay? Love to you. Everything's always working out for you.